don't know how we start these things yet, and I don't know what these things are called, but these things are with me and another comedian, and right now it's shit. This is why I wanted it the other way. It's it's Chris Jones, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Jones,
Hello, cheers.
comic in northeastern Pennsylvania, about to be Philly. Cheers to that.
Hello, yo.
Cheers to that.
Yeah,
Anyways, bro, we're on a couple shows together in the future.
we are. You're welcome.
Tomorrow, as a matter of fact, as this is recorded, tomorrow night, Bar
Yeah.
and Company. Who's hosting?
That's gonna be sick. It's AO Rob is hosting.
Yeah.
Seth Drake's opening. Yeah, yeah. And first off, you had no before we continue. You had no reaction to me saying you're welcome, and I was joking. But you not having a reaction to me saying that made me feel like I was the asshole. So please tell me I'm okay before I continue.
Is this how this? Is this is what hanging out with Chris Jones is like?
I didn't grow up with a dad. I need you here now, Danzy. Just tell me that I'm
Bro,
okay.
if you look at me as some type of dad, no, that's not happening. I'm more of like
I see you as like a rocket raccoon to my Groot. You know what I mean?
I know I'm just like a plucky cousin, dude. Like I'm not anything to learn from. Just
Okay. I mean, so anyway, fucking yeah, no, we're
I just kind of fucking chill. I don't know. I'm just too chill. I'm so chill. People get angry. People get.
cool. Hell yeah. That's like how like on Facebook when you send me the thumbs up emoji, the millennial in me wants to fucking just skin you. And I'm like,
Really?
this guy hates me. This guy hates me, dude. I don't, if you send me a K or a like on Facebook,
I
it's
don't
just
do
like,
a
dude, I might as
K.
well be a customer.
I don't do a K. I won't do that.
No, you're like 5 years removed from K. My mom does.
No, I'll do the
You know?
thumbs up because, like, usually it's a getting older thing. It's just like
Yeah.
you hit the thumbs up because it's just so much easier than the fucking 18 words you were gonna put down. That like,
Fair.
is it too much to put this much down? Maybe a thumbs up is fine. Thumbs up is fine. Thumbs up. I don't do it just because like, but I can understand like the reasoning why like I'm considered elder millennial, but I don't really consider myself elder millennial
Millennial.
because elder millennials don't. We should be in that generation beforehand, but they won't let us, because we enjoyed fucking emo music or some shit. I don't know what the hell happened.
Burped on your podcast, sorry.
It's okay. It's not even, we don't, it's just a YouTube channel. It's all right. It's all just a YouTube channel. Everything's just a YouTube channel.
Fair. All right. So for the show tomorrow, it is going to go AO Rob, which check him out while you can, folks. Seth Drake, and then it goes Emmett O'Neill, then Jessica Delfino, then you, then me. So if you guys want to see too much comedy,
What time do I have to show up?
Oh, I have no clue. Dude, I'll look up what time I got to be there tomorrow. Oh wait, no, the show starts at 8.
I will show up.
When it's a homie show, dude, it's like, we're chilling. It's just, everyone's gonna be there. No one's gonna like not show or anything.
I
It's
will
gonna be a lot
show
of
up
fun.
at 8:30.
I love that room, dude. It's a lot of fun.
At 8:30. I've never been. I'm pretty excited. I'm just tired.
What?
A lot of computer work this week.
That's fair.
But I'm ready to get up on stage and talk genitals.
Yeah, me too, man. But it's funny because it's like it's one of those shows where I know a lot of my buddies are gonna go just because it's one of my last weekends in the area. Which I don't understand because Emmett was just like, I'm very excited to see you do a half hour. And I'm just like, yeah, but you know all my jokes. Why is that fun? And like,
Oh man,
I get why it's fun. Like, yeah, but it's just like,
bro, run into people with the opposite, and it's nothing wrong with having. It's just like all how like a comedy scene is like brought up, but like
I just smoke cigarettes like a son of a bitch, bro. It's really my problem is I can't stand still. I'm just thinking about fucking.
No, dude, you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn in Philly. Like, I guess if you move away from Philly, like no comics. Like, you might have a few comic friends that'll give a fuck, but like no one will have the enthusiasm as like a town comedy community than like a city
Sure.
comedy community, and that's just the good old enthusiasm and the
Mm-hmm.
camaraderie. That a little.
Nice.
Thank you. It's my angry recover. It's the camaraderie of a small, you know, comedy town, man. And the fact that they would all like want to see that, it means they want to see it like polished and here's what I got going ready before I go to Philly, all that type of stuff.
Gonna suck. Hey, dude, if I bomb, they're gonna be so not
You
faithful. I
could
mean,
you could bomb. You could.
that is so funny. Just my best friends and family, and they're just like, "You're moving for what reason?" You know. But
Why
I
did
also
you
like how I'm moving. What up?
your best friends and family and you booked me with my obnoxious yelling and fucking
Well, yeah, dude, I get to do a million shows with Ryan Flaherty and Ryan Manzo. I
yeah, but
love them with
there's
all my heart. I would love to be on, but it's just like, one, you've done a lot, especially in that area,
oh,
as in your time being here, and then it's just like I feel as though that it's. I mean, owed isn't the word because I know that's not what you think, but or believe, but like it's something that I wanted to do. I
oh
wanted to
thank
give
you.
you a paid spot on a show that I
Well,
have,
thank
and
you.
because you did the same for me.
Well, now
And
your
so,
friends and family are gonna hear like a Ryan type of Flaherty, but like if it
yeah,
was bring down the Zeitgeist, if
yeah,
no, there's no,
and they
it's not
totally
like that.
understand because like it's just when you do a show at a place like Bar and Company, I mean, like I want it to be different, right? Like, so who hasn't been there before that I can get on there? And then that's you, that's Jess, and that's Emmett.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Jess is a mentor to me. She's fucking OG, bro. She's the shit. I love her with all my heart. Jess Delfino. And then Emmett O'Neill, I'm on record saying
Th-
I think he's the funniest human being of all time.
I
I,
I
I, he's,
I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. Emmett is
he's just
100%.
different. It's such a shame he's going to be a therapist. I'm so mad that he's going to school to help
Dude,
people.
but
I wish he
honestly,
was
I'm pretty excited about that personally.
yeah,
That's like the
yeah,
coolest
he's gonna
therapist.
do the whole thing. He's just gonna be like,
Bro,
I can't be your therapist, right, Chris? And I'm just be like, fuck you, dog. I don't have insurance. I'm paying you out of pocket, bro.
bro,
You gotta talk to me legally.
dude, that's his game.
You can't tell anyone.
His game is to graduate, then come back to the comedy community and be everybody's
Yeah,
therapist. Make
I'm gonna say
money.
that tomorrow. I think that's a really funny bit. Just like once he's a therapist, I feel like I'm gonna pay to talk to my friend, and he legally can't tell anybody anything, unless like it's like I'm gonna tell him I'm gonna kill myself or anything. But I wouldn't tell
I've
anybody. I'd be
never,
like the cat.
I've never had a
I'd go to the
therapist.
woods and die.
I've never had a therapist. I've had to bum smokes to.
Amen, dude. Ow, that's fucking so funny. He's like, dude, we went to Union Vapors the other day, and it was his first time he was ever there. And he's like, yeah, I quit smoking, then I come in and vape, and I get fucking $70 vape. And I'm
That's his
like,
face.
dude,
That's what he does. He does that. He does that.
yeah, dude, Emmett is so funny. It's because he's just so silly and quick, and it's so funny because like he's for context of me knowing him, it's just like he's done his own shit where he's like gotten himself out of situation and all that stuff. Like he's the fucking man, deserves every good thing that comes to him. But when in terms of like smoking cigarettes and stuff like that, you can like suggest maybe buying a pack of cigarettes tomorrow, and he's like, yeah, you got another one. It's so funny.
He just shows up to your
He has the
house.
strongest will of anyone I've ever met, unless it has to do with nicotine, and it's awesome because me too. Me too, dude. I need
I
a bad boy of comedy like Emmett.
nah, dude, I've been off January
Emmett O'Neill.
1st.
Everybody know.
I've been
Yeah.
off of smoke since January 1st. It's like the longest streak I've had. And like I'm more like yeah, I feel like it's out of my system like alcohol is out of my system. It's that same
I would
kind
only,
of I don't need it
yeah.
anymore type of thing. I mean,
I
I
would
need
only
something to calm
quit
down the
cigarettes
anxiety, but
to be completely honest, man. Like, if it wasn't for like phlegm, I would smoke every day for the rest of my life. Like I really like the only reason why I want to quit smoking is phlegm.
Just
It's
do
fucking
it,
just like
man.
the clearing my throat. It's just fucking yeah. But what else am I gonna fucking do in
Bro,
Philly? I want to say
bro.
no to homeless
Just
people.
fucking just
I'm just joking. I'm not gonna talk to them.
They
No, I'm
don't
just joking.
no, they don't take no, buddy. they don't take no. It's
I'm
now.
gonna be
They take
yelling
it
Lucy's.
now. It's
I'm gonna yell Lucy like I'm some like bird. Lucy.
No, trust me. Just like as someone who tried like I first tried to quit when I was like 28. It's been like a 7-year journey to get to this point. You don't want to
Yeah.
quit too late,
Oh, I
bro.
got time.
No. It's not a you got time thing. It's like it. I'm being real. It fucking the more you smoke, the more it just fucking controls your brain like alcohol. I'm not trying
Sure.
to be like a lame ass dude, but I should have
No, I
listened
don't
to
think
all
you're being dude.
the lame ass dudes.
All the U's.
Just pop a zin.
All the U's.
Just put a zin in your fucking
Fucking
mouth.
dude, no.
I
No,
recommend
it
it.
burns.
It's
It
a good, but
burns,
here's
dude.
what you do. Here's what you do. All right.
Yeah.
And this is for everybody watching that doesn't trust sins. You put it on your bottom lip first. Doesn't burn on the bottom lip. It doesn't. You
Oh,
put
I'm
it
gonna.
put it there for 10 to 15 minutes. Transfer it up to the top lip. Or if you're liking how the bottom lip's going, just keep it on the bottom lip. I'll tell you what. Look, dude, I'm like almost 6 months in. No smoking.
Yeah.
No streak. No loose sick. No bum. Nothing. Not even a hit of a one hitter. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Cause it's just the Zin. I've tried the patches. I tried the gum throughout 7 years. I pop a Zin once. I don't know what it is. I couldn't tell you. But I never thought I would be this clear of it.
I love smoking, man. I really do. I really don't want to quit smoking. I mean, like, I do have to quit smoking, but like, I just love smoking.
I thought it was gonna affect me on stage. It doesn't. It was all up here. Oh, I need a cigarette to perform. I need to calm down. Nope.
It's not about.
I need to rile that up. I need to rile that up. Once I figured out.
Okay, so.
Sorry.
What you're gonna? Okay, so I'm insane, right? So and Manzo and Flaherty both know this.
We're all insane.
No, listen. So I don't start smoking cigarettes until like 5 at night, and by the time I'm done, I'll probably smoke like half a pack to 15 cigarettes.
What time do you wake up?
It's like I don't know, like 11.
Okay.
So, but like, here's the thing. Like, I'm smoking. Like, I'm smoking like 10 cigarettes at one comedy show. You know what I mean? Like, I don't smoke cigarettes because I'm at home and I'm doing nothing. And I smoke at work, and I smoke at comedy shows. Like,
would you say?
I can go through a pack.
Would you
when
say?
It was dubstep. When I was in the techno scene, it was a pack.
Okay.
But I'm not. I don't do that.
Would you say comedy's going well for you right now? Going pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. Okay.
I don't like being. I don't like saying that. But
well, no. Like you're happy.
I'm doing well.
You're happy with what's going on so far.
Happy.
You know.
I think I'm very lucky and filling into a role that I believe I can fit into better with time.
Gotcha. Okay. So there's eventually it's gonna come to a point where it's not like that.
Well, I mean, like, dude,
and those,
like,
and if you're,
I know all of us do this thing where, like, I know all of us do this thing where, like, whether it be imposter syndrome, like, which I definitely have, not that I mean anything anyway, but like fucking, or the idea of that you think you got it, right?
No, I'm just talking about cigarettes. I'm just talking about cigarettes.
Then what happened with the whole comedy question?
I'm not talking about what I'm saying with comedy is that if you're smoking cigarettes, whatever, and this is what I found to be, as comedy and real life and that look, they kind of, it's your life, you know, you have your life and then you have your comedy life. And once those intertwine and have problems and stress and everything, those cigarettes, man, they start frequenting and you don't catch yourself going, oh, I only smoked 10 cigarettes during a show or at 5 p.m. Like all of a sudden it's just like, man, I'm smoking cigarettes at like 2 p.m. I'm just saying, watch out. And
Okay.
as like a person who's been doing comedy too long and smoking too long, I was smoking way too long. Yeah, don't.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I think comedy's going good. Just to answer that question, I guess.
Pop a Zin, bro, and go for the ride. Just fuck raw dog it, bro.
Dude,
Smokeless.
I don't know, man.
This is the podcast, by the way. I just convinced people to stop smoking.
That's another thing I said. Is just like, is it really fucking bad if you look so cool doing it?
Yeah.
Like, I'd love to quit.
Yeah.
I'd love to quit cigarettes. But everyone wants to fuck me.
Dude, I think doing coke looks cool, but can't do it.
No one's touching. Dude, no one's ever put their nose to a table. Like, no. I don't think coke looks cool doing it because it's never in cool place. The only place that you can do coke where it's cool is a Freddie Mercury party on the head of a little person. Like, that's when doing coke's cool. But like, if you're in the middle of a fucking bathroom stall doing it on a baby changing table, you can fucking suck.
No, I mean, I'm not talking that. No, there's this comic with a special on Max, and God, I can't remember his name, but it's on Max. Oh my God, I'm gonna beat myself up. But anyway, this kind of goes. He describes something in this bit he does, but I just thought it was like after he saw a description, I was like, that's a pretty cool way to do coke. And it was about like one of the royal family members and their coke addiction, and they had to snort the coke with the dollar bills, with the currency of their own family member on the currency. Oh, yeah. And then
I heard,
I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. No, I was just saying that's a pretty cool way.
That's pretty cool. But on the other end, there's a comedian who has I forget who said this joke, but it's not mine. Where he's just like, do you think Prince William like goes to the strip club and he realizes that he's stuck in stripper's G-strings with his grandmother's face? You know? So it's just like, yeah, I guess it's cool to do coke with Gran, but on the other side of the coin, you know, it was like, oh no, I just gave Queen Elizabeth HPV.
What? Do you ever think they got together as a family and maybe were like, maybe we should take ourselves off the money? You know, maybe.
No, they just do that to like any child of theirs with a deformity.
Oh God.
Yeah, they just shove them into fucking insane asylums. That's real. You can look it up. I don't give a fuck. That's real. There's paper out
Fight
there.
The zeitgeist! Fight the zeitgeist!
I'm gonna fight the British government.
Yeah!
Me!
Yeah, Chris is becoming a citizen of Danzyland.
Oh,
yeah!
South Ireland for life, bro. Fuck with me with that fucking North Protestant shit, bro. Rory McIlroy.
That North Protestant shit. That North Protestant shit.
You think I give a fuck?
You think I give a fuck?
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta bring myself back in. That was funny. That Northern Protestant shit.
Dude, my brother was obsessed with that shit for years, and he's never been to Ireland. He's just like the North
never been any to film.
So, well, I mean, dude, so it's so funny. So what I do is I like going on Golf Digest Facebook groups, and I just talk shit on Rory McIlroy because he's from Northern Ireland. Yeah. And all I do is just repeat all the things my brother used to say to me. So I'm just like, piece of trash.
Oh, my dad would love that.
At the feet of the Queen. You guys are in Ireland. And do I mean any of it? I mean, like, no, I don't know what it means, but like, it's fun.
I love golf.
Well, I do know obviously what it means.
What you got against Rory McIlroy? I can't even say his name.
Dude, he was just like, until he won the Masters, he just had a piss poor attitude, dude. And I didn't like it.
I mean,
I'm always the guy who's gonna root for the live golfer, you know, because like
the live golfer,
yeah, dude,
the
like,
live,
yeah, live.
I just always heard it called LIV. I've never heard someone call.
I always call it live. And fucking so everyone talks shit. So here's my
go off, King.
My gripe with Rory McIlroy.
Okay.
Here's my gripe with Rory McIlroy. is the fact that he bitches and complains about golfers leaving the PGA to take a lot of money from people from Saudi Arabia. And then he goes over to Saudi Arabia and then wins the tournament every fucking
The
year
tournament?
taking that money.
The tournament?
You know what I'm saying? No, but that's my thing. It's just like if he's bitching about other people taking money from countries bigger than theirs, maybe he should realize that he's from Northern Ireland and that's literally what they're doing. And that's why your road signs are different from the South. All I'm saying, you'd be the same as Ireland and one united Ireland, but nonetheless, all right.
This was a
Never
fun.
been there.
This was a fun YouTube
Never been
channel.
there.
This was a fun
I've
YouTube
never
channel.
been there. I don't know anything I'm talking
God,
about.
dude,
It's
I
just
no, dude, you busted out Saudi Arabia. I thought we were.
It's just fucking.
And then it's like Northern Ireland.
Dude.
You motherfuckers know what's going on in Northern Ireland. You motherfuckers know.
Dude, it's one of the. I've just
I
watched
just-
the Peaky Blinders one.
I was just gonna say the only the only thing I know. The only thing I know is what's on Peaky Blinders. I was just about to
There's
say that.
one character from Ireland, I'm pretty sure, and that's like one of the. I think that's the first wife.
What?
Yeah, like I.
Whoa! Are you saying there's only one actor there from Ireland?
No, I'm saying
Because I was gonna say,
like
dude,
the
Cillian
character-
Murphy,
the-
dog.
Oh no, I know, yeah, but like regardless of where they're from, because I forget specifically where they're from, is
Oh, shit, I
there's
know
only
this.
like one, there's like one actress that plays someone from Ireland, and everyone else is trying to be from Birmingham, you know?
Birmingham. Yeah. No, dude, I love that
fucking
show.
love
though.
Peaky Blinders, dude.
You
Dude,
know,
I'll
I
tell
think
you
the
what, like,
American.
Tom Hardy, man.
I think us
Tom
Americans
Hardy's
are still waiting for that last. I think the Brits got the last season, and we're still waiting on it, or a movie or something. If I remember
Well,
correctly.
there's gonna be a movie. There's gonna be a movie, but if you really want it, you can get it. Just go get it.
Just go get. Yeah, it's like that. It's that
It's
simple.
the
now.
fucking internet, dude. You can get whatever you want.
I found
Yeah.
I found the site for the physical copy of like Dirtier Work, or even Dirty Work, the director's cut of Dirty Work, and they like remastered it and put it on Blu-ray and like a special case and everything. Do you?
What's dirty work?
Well, this is a clip. This is a fucking clip. Oh man, what have we done?
What?
We was having such a nice conversation. What's dirty work? He says.
Well, maybe you could just give me some context.
Norm Macdonald, Artie Lang. I really don't know where we go from here. Directed by Bob Saget.
No, I'm sorry. You did. No. I'm so sorry. When you said that originally, you just said it as two words, and that's why I got confused. So
okay.
I didn't realize it took me
Okay.
a second.
Okay.
But
I was
no,
about to just leave my house and come beat you. Look, he got his serious face
I don't have
on.
time for all that old shit.
Hey,
Can you imagine if I was that guy? Can
Hey.
you imagine? That would suck.
don't make me realize things. Don't be like those posts on Facebook. It's been 35
I wanna
years
say,
since
though,
fucking.
I like. So a lot of the stories with Norm and Artie are cool. I've never really been like. I know the stories are crazy and stuff, but I'm not really like a Artie Lang type of guy, and that's not to any discredit to how funny it can be or how funny he is or talented or whatever. It's just he's just never been.
Have you ever?
Like I love Norm Macdonald.
Have you ever seen?
I love Bob Saget.
Have you ever seen his first like the Mad TV sketch that as far as I'm concerned, like made me kind of go, oh, this is Artie Lang. This is the new guy on Mad TV. Like this guy. It was like a break my foot up in your ass sketch. Don't make me break my foot up in your ass. You ever seen that sketch? No, you should.
That's what
You should.
I mean, I watched Mad TV when I was 10. You know. What I mean?
Okay. So yeah,
So I'll
his
have to check it
one of
again.
his first characters was like he would dress up. I want to say he would dress up as like an old mom or whatever, and he was from like
'Cause, like from Mad TV. I was always a huge fan of fucking Michael McDonald, bro.
Michael McDonald was
And
great
who's
too.
who's the blonde lady? Oh shit.
Freaking
She was
Nicole,
on Worst Chefs in
Nicole,
America.
Nicole. Come on, Nicole. Nicole. Not Kidman.
Nicole Sullivan.
Sullivan. Damn it. The other day, I couldn't
got it.
remember the Ropers from Three's Company. God, I'm slipping. But yeah, Nicole Sullivan. One of my favorite guest stars on Scrubs. Did you ever watch Scrubs?
I watched the first like 4 seasons.
Yeah, so she was on a couple. She was on one of those seasons of Scrubs.
Like I just said, I saw her on Worst Chefs in America. I fucking love that show, bro.
Dude, Gordon Ramsay's coming out with another show.
Yeah, of course.
No, dude.
Why wouldn't he?
No, dude. But like every show he's been coming out now is just kitchen nightmares, but it's just like one different thing. So there was like 24 Hours in Hell, where it was just kitchen nightmares, but they had 24 hours, and now it's like super secret, whatever the fuck, where it's like kitchen nightmares, but Gordon's watching them the whole time, and they don't know he's there. But it's just kitchen nightmares. That's all. That's all it is.
It is all it is. It's just another iteration of that, you know.
I need to get on
Gordon's
the
cool.
other cooking
I like
shows.
watching. Nah, bro, you got to watch the competitions. That's where people fuck up.
Yeah,
That's what you need.
like Chopped and
dude,
shit.
Because it's like, so Chopped is a good one. That's a really good one. Master Chef or whatever the fuck that isn't as fun just because you're always going against people who really, really, really know what they're doing. And like that's real interesting, but I want to see like normal people fuck up. That's why I enjoy that shit.
I like seeing the breakdowns, especially on Hell's Kitchen, when people just have
I'm gonna admit it right now.
massive breakdowns and like challenge Gordon to a fight.
Right now,
Go ahead.
I just looked at it.
What?
I've never seen the movie Dirty Work.
You've never seen them?
No, I got to admit it. I don't want to be the guy who just fucking did the whole conversational bullshit. I'd rather be like real. I'm gonna watch it after this. Like that.
Man,
as someone who also on record has said that Norm Macdonald's one of his favorite comedians, I've never seen this movie. And you know what? If you want to, and why am I moving to Philly then, Dan? Why the fuck am I moving to Philly if I've never seen Dirty Work?
I don't know.
I want to see what the 17 on Rotten Tomatoes means.
17 what?
Some of my favorite. 17%. I mean, like, it's probably great because it's fucking...
Rotten Tomato... Wait. Rotten Tomatoes gave Dirty Work a 17%.
Yep, it has a 6.4 on IMDb, and it has a 24 on Metacritic.
Nah, no, I don't. That's why I don't...
I get to watch it because I know how to watch movies on my computer.
Dude,
Dan.
that's... No, what? No, nobody's gonna call me out for how I like to view movies, motherfucker.
Well, I'm on my back foot, and I'm scared.
I don't.
Not seeing something by a dead man and a half dead man.
I literally don't trust anything on Rotten Tomatoes. Like I didn't before, but now I definitely don't. That's fucking
Especially
insane.
Tomatoes.
God, that movie's got so many. That movie's got a memorable scene with Don Rickles, Chevy Chase. Chevy Chase is in that movie.
Chevy Chase is okay. He's very funny. I mean, as a person.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I mean, I defend Chevy Chase, not for like.
You watch Community?
Yeah. I watched Community. Yeah, I thought he was brilliant.
Well,
absolutely brilliant.
He was brilliant, and his fucking old ass.
He's an elderly man. He's an elderly man.
I don't give a fuck. He still votes, right? Like, get on the movie.
Bro,
dude, they got Childish Gambino to be. They got the greatest millennial of all time, Childish Gambino, the most talented.
He wasn't Childish Gambino yet. He wasn't Childish Gambino yet. Well, I mean, he was. But he was.
Derek Comedy, bro. I've been there, day one. I'm the motherfucker, bro. Dude, I'm Donald Glover's.
Look.
I know everything. I
think Chevy Chase fucked up majorly.
Dirty Talk. I'm sure he was in that.
Dirty Work. Not Dirty Talk. That's a Kim Basinger movie, I think.
I know. I'm just fucking with you. That one, I was just.
Isn't even a Kim Basinger. It sounds like a movie she'd do. But no. I'm fully. Like, yes, Chevy Chase fucked up on set of Community. I get you. Okay.
I just need him in the movie.
Make
it good.
I want him in the movie
they made
too.
Him die. I know.
I know. I want him in the movie too. But like, if you go like, Chevy Chase, as far as physical comedy goes, is an absolute brilliant mind. And like for me, if you're a brilliant mind in comedy, depending on what you do off the stage, I'm always gonna have your back. And as far as like. getting punched by
The
Bill
Northern
Murray,
Ireland stuff, we'll forget about that.
getting punched by Bill Murray, or getting ostracized and blacklisted by Dan Harmon and stuff. That's the nature of that
That's really not a
business.
bad thing to be ostracized by. That's not a bad person to be ostracized by.
No,
You know what
but
I mean?
like,
If you're
if
gonna be ostracized by anybody, it might as well be somebody who's being ostracized himself.
if Chevy Chase walked into the room, though, I would treat him with the
All
most
right,
with most
suck him clean off.
utmost respect and just
Absolutely,
try to
dude.
pick up shit from him because like dude, like the dude ran comedy for like movie comedy, for like 2 decades with Fletch Lives, fucking the Vegas Vacation movies, Caddyshack, Jesus, and then
Caddyshack's fucking awesome.
it just all went downhill when they gave him a talk show, and it didn't. It just went downhill after the talk show. Like back in 1999, they tried to give him like a late night talk show on Fox, something to like compete with like Leno and shit and Letterman and all the other late night, and it just failed miserably. I think for a while there it had the lowest TV rating in the history of like that time slot. It was just people were just weren't, and I don't know why. It was structured.
How old were you then?
1999. I was like 12.
Mm-hmm.
It was structured like the Tonight Show, but it was like if Chevy Chase hosted the Tonight Show, and it's just not a good mix because like Chevy Chase is
not likable outside of acting.
You said
people had to be like, right?
But yet, no. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I hope he gets his flowers one day. One day, everybody can just drop the shit, give him his flowers, forgive him. I mean, look how many people they forgive, Mel Gibson, There's going to be a new Lethal Weapon 5 or something? Yeah, there's going to be a Lethal Weapon 5 with Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. And if you remember, you probably don't because you were doing anything else, but Danny Glover, like, sided with the Argentinian or South American, like, dictator at the time against George W. Bush. And that was, like, a real big, like, ugh, But here we are in a dystopia. None of that shit matters now.
Yeah.
So,
suppose, yeah.
Chris, what made you want to do comedy?
So when I was in 9th grade, I was picked on as a kid, and I remember this one time in 9th grade.
You were picked on for what?
Oh, dude, I was the crier.
Oh shit! Because I was gonna say you don't look funny or anything like that. So unless you like,
yeah, but like, and I had teeth on my retainer, so it's like I always had like no one made fun of my teeth, but I always felt self-conscious about it. And so like anyway, so I was just a fucking baby back then. So my dad was always working. I got raised by my mom, so I really had like a lot of emotions to.
So would you cry because like I would cry when I got punished. Like even though I was a little shit, I would cry every time I got punished.
I did. I mean, like for the most part, I didn't get in trouble a lot in school, but like I was pretty straight and narrow. But
what, did you fail a test and cry and shit?
Like no, but I have a whole joke. Like that happened once when I was in 4th grade, and I got a 3 on a math test out of 100, not out of 10. And then I said I was crying. This is back.
Like, wait, 3 out of 100 on a spelling test?
No, on a math test.
Oh, on a math. That's fine.
So no, but I told my teacher I was going to Catholic school at the time, and like this is a school where like all my mom and her sisters went to this school. Like we've been in this church at this point as a family for like at least 25 years, and
so a school within a church.
Whoa. One second.
Sorry.
Yes, yeah, it's like next to each other.
Okay.
So a lot of schools up here that are Catholic schools are like that, where it's next to a church and they go to church and stuff. And so, but when I was a kid in Long Island, that happened, and I got a really bad score on my math test, and I was crying. I was like, oh, I don't want my parents to spank me and stuff like that. And then they called CPS on my mom. And my mom was like fucking leader of the the PTO or not PTO, fucking you know what I mean, the parent associate. Like I said PTO, but Anyway, so it was like a really, really crazy time, just because that's its own story, I suppose. And
Yeah.
everything got sorted out, obviously, because I mean, that wasn't true, or if it was, she's really good at hiding, and I'm not ever gonna say. But I only when I deserved it. So she's a really, really good mom, and I love her with all my heart. But no, when I was growing up, so anyway, to get back to the point, I wasn't popular. So I remember in ninth grade, it was Mr. Knowles' class, math, and this guy wrote his name real big on the board because we all had to like write our name on the board for some reason. He wrote it like really big, ha ha ha. And I said from the bag, I was like, "Oh, must be compensating for something." And it's like, ninth grade,
Yeah,
whatever. Like
yeah.
to me, I think it's like a little,
Yeah,
hacky,
that's a
but
good
it's like,
singer. Good singer.
dude,
For
the
ninth.
whole class laughed.
Yeah.
The whole class laughed. I'm like, this is it.
This is comedy.
This is it. All I
Mm-hmm.
needed was just to make one group of people laugh that all hated me, and I'm just like, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's so I can make people that dislike me or have high, you know what I mean, like fucking laugh, and then that's went on from there.
I didn't know we had similar upbringings, man. I also went to like a Catholic school
Yeah,
connected to a church. The teachers weren't real. They didn't even have to have like degrees.
yeah.
It was just like moms at the church and shit. But no, same way kind of. Except like my jokes were like filthy, so like the only people that really laughed at my jokes were like the other boys, you know?
The other janitors.
Only time I killed is when like I pulled off a stunt that I would get in massive trouble
Okay.
for.
You're the guy who like hangs from the fucking stall and you take a shit.
No, I don't think
guy?
I didn't do any bathroom things. No, it was more like I'm gonna fax bad letter to the school, right? I did that. That was just like cuss filled, like curse word ridden.
Dude, I should start faxing shit to schools now.
Don't
I don't
do
know
that,
about
dude. So they caught me because I
do
didn't
they just
know.
have the fax machine?
So yeah, my mom worked at the school. I got the fax number, and I'm just like, I'm gonna send them. I sent them like wrestling pictures that said "fuck you" on it. I don't know why. I just thought it'd be funny, and it was funny. But what I found out was like, I was a kid, so I didn't know. But like, so the return number prints out on their side. I was caught red-handed, bro. They pulled me into the office. I didn't even know. I was like, "Oh shit, y'all just like I should have expected." It was like it'd been a long time since I'd done it because like I did it. It was funny. I didn't do it again. I was like, that was a trip. And then like 4 weeks later, they brought me into the office. And then like years later, I like peed on the principal's car. Right?
Oh,
Yeah, that was really funny. But
that's always the
really
thing that you can do
embarrassing
to
for my
someone that
family.
doesn't mean anything.
Well, I'm not gonna
'Cause
say
that's
anything
like
bad
for
about.
you, right?
What's up?
No, but like that's like one of those crimes that are like only for you. You know what I mean? Like, because it doesn't really do anything. You're just it's like symbolism more than anything.
Man, thinking back on it, like I could have just not copped up to it because they like pulled us all. They pulled all the boys in the room. I love how they assumed it was all the boys
How many
first.
boys were there?
There was only like 25 of us, something like that, in the 8th grade class.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
And they pulled us on in. They were like, we just checked the puddle next to the car, and it was like on a blacktop parking lot. They're like, we just checked the puddle next to the car. It's urine. And I should have been smarter. Because thinking back on that, I shouldn't have called that bluff. I should have been like, no, you didn't. You would have to dip your finger and fucking taste it because it's on blacktop pavement. Anyways, I should have fought that shit tooth and nail, but I didn't. And it turned into that scene in South Park where like Cartman like just comes out with it, and they're like, Cartman, and he's like, no, fuck you guys, I want to get out of here. It's the same situation. Someone just said Dan did it, we all saw him, and it's just like, fucking what, fuck you. And it's like, what, Dan, we want to get out of here. And yeah, I had to cop up to it, fucking tears, because I thought I was expelled. I was like, I'm gonna get like a whipping from my dad. It was fucking the funniest but most terrible day. Terrible day from not like a whipping, nothing too far. Just whatever was considered proper in the
Spanking,
90s.
bro.
Yeah, whatever was proper in the 90s. Really did. I didn't get spanked. My fucking birthday party got canceled. I wasn't allowed to go on the NASA field trip. But like I still played video games. It wasn't that bad, but like didn't get to have my big birthday party when I wanted to. I was gonna hire a DJ. It's a very traumatic
Mm.
experience for me, Chris. So who are your first comics? You know, you're getting into it. Who do you listen to?
Oh, dude, I guess like, I mean, I never really thought about it just because I guess like technically the first stand-up comedian I ever really remember watching is just like fucking. My dad used to watch the Rednecks of Comedy tour, so I was always like really big into Ron White. Ron White's one of my
Oh,
favorites.
Blue Collar
Oh,
comedy tour.
Blue Collar, yeah. That I'm sorry.
That
It's like I just
disrespectful
remember
mouth
watching
again.
Ron White, and then Bill Engvall was always my second favorite, and then Larry the Cable Guy, and then Jeff Foxworthy. And like it's just it's a different stroke for a different folk. I
Oh,
have no
I
that's one thing that I like love about comedy is just like I can call somebody brilliant without them being my cup of tea.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Just like it doesn't matter if I like them or not. It's like they're selling out fucking stadiums. But like it would be that, and then Jeff Dunham was introduced to me because fucking why not? I was a kid and it's just like puppets. And then right into like my early like 13 like is when Vicious Circle came out. That was like the first
Dane
time I ever
Cook,
saw Dane Cook, dude. Dane Cook
super
used to be.
finger.
I mean, like, dude, it fucking, he was the fucking man.
You look like a Dane Cook kid. Yeah, you do.
Dude, he was, you know
I'm
what I'm
not
saying?
dogging.
Like,
I'm
I
not
kind of remember
dogging.
it.
He was never like my cup of tea, but I understood what
I
was
wouldn't even
making
watch
him.
his special. What I would do is like, so I would watch Vicious Circle. I think the first time ever, or whatever. I was watching it with my aunt. My mom's youngest sister is 5 years older than me. So she was like 18, whatever. And Dane Cook comes out, and we live on Long Island, so it's just
Pretty
like, oh my
dope.
god, everything's cool. So it's like fucking. Wow, I must have been younger. Hold on, let me. I'll keep.
Are you googling how? I was
Yeah.
like, I thought you were googling your memories.
Circle
Google, what was I
thing.
thinking?
I
How?
just need to. I need to.
It's all good.
2006. Okay, so 2006.
Jesus,
Yeah. So
that's
I
my
was just
graduating
about.
year.
I was just about moved into PA, if not just moving into PA.
Word.
And so, but Dane Cook, yeah, because you move to another state and it's like edgy, and I'm 11. You know what I mean? So it's like fucking. But Dane Cook's the fucking man, dude. I mean, like he got taken advantage of by his brother. That he had
Dude,
not
that's
had an he
dude,
had an
that was
honest conversation.
crazy. Yeah.
Dude, once he was on Louis and had an honest conversation with Louis, whether it had been for the camera or for the sake of it, dude, it's squashed, bro. It's squashed. That's it.
I'm glad
People who are mad
you
at
brought
that,
that
like it's
up.
squashed.
I'm glad you
You know what
brought
I'm
that
saying?
up.
Like
People a lot of
yeah,
people don't realize like that moment in that show is like blurs the
here's
lines of reality and
here's
fantasy
the oh yeah, baby.
and shit.
No,
You mentioned Bill Engvall. Um
yeah.
I'll say it. I'm gonna say it. Bill
Here's
Engvall.
your sign, bro.
Exactly. That is one of the best fucking comedy albums made.
Here's
Just joke structures, even the little catchphrase comedy, which I'm not even like a big fan of. I thought "Here's Your Sign" catchphrase was good based on the bit that it
yeah.
was around being of people being stupid. But yeah, that "Here's Your Sign" album. My family friends went to the Laugh Stop and saw Bill Engvall. This is before Blue Collar, and this is when I'm like single digits. I might be like 9 or 10 at the time, and they bring home Bill Engvall's Here's Your Sign, and they play it on their surround sound stereo. And it was just, even for my age, I was like, this is fucking hilarious. And
Oh
then
yeah, dude.
by the time I saw him on
Blue
Blue
Collar
Collar,
Comedy Tour is fucking monumental for mainstream comedy.
I mean,
Like
yeah,
it was like a new generation. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like here's the old heads now, where like 10 years prior, 20 years prior,
but
it's like
I feel like that got carried though by Ron White. I feel like the Blue Collar Comedy Tour, I feel like Ron
oh
White
yeah, dude,
eventually
hater not
became
hater.
the main
Dude,
attraction.
Ron White is one of the great dude. Like I don't know why I don't talk about him more. Like Ron White and then Harlan Williams, like those two are like heroes to me.
Mm-hmm.
I love it because there's joke structure with Ron White, and then with Harlan Williams, bro, I've seen him live. You have no fucking clue when he starts doing comedy. It just you don't know, and
I
then he's
love it.
done.
Chris, I've featured for him.
Who cares? You have
No,
no
you
clue, dude.
you said I've
I'm
never
young
seen
and
him
my
live.
life is
Oh, okay.
prosperous.
No. I'm just saying, like,
I'm the new people. This is what happens now. Is
you've
my
never seen him live.
interpretation.
You don't know. You've never seen him live. I worked a whole weekend with him. No,
Dude, that's a dream.
he's such a sweetheart
That's
of
a
a
dream.
person. You want to know something that he did? That was like fucking. It's crazy. So
I didn't know you featured for him. That's fucking sick.
I
dude.
did. It was like one of my last big weekends I had over in Dallas. I want to say we had just put in an offer on the house when I had that weekend. But anyways, so one thing he
You
did.
moved here still?
What's up?
You moved here still?
Yeah, dude. I had to. There
You
was.
featured for Harlan Williams, and then you're just like,
Yeah. Yeah. I've been there too
Dude.
long, man. I've been there too long.
that's fair.
My head
That's
wasn't
fair.
right, and I was just going through autopilot, really. Like, I actually like made an ass of myself because like I had merch, but like didn't have the enthusiasm to sell it, and then like Harlan just kind of pulled me aside to tell me how to sell merch and shit, and I was just like, I know how to. I'm just not in the fucking headspace, but I didn't tell him that or anything. But one cool thing he did throughout the entire weekend was like I would do a joke in my set, and then when he would come up in this like pretty much an ad-libbed opening, he would tell this story that featured callbacks to my jokes that really hit. So like every single like, and then like he did it for the opener as well, and he just does that, and it just like you see him live and everything, and you're like a comedy fan, but when you're working with him and he's doing that, like you see your tag get a callback laugh, and we're all just a part of one big show. It just really brings in that we're all in this together type of show when you're like working with him. He's a very very sweet man.
When is this coming out? When is this episode coming out?
Oh, I could put it out tomorrow for all I care. Yeah, I could.
All right. Well, I don't know if it's going to be before the show or after the show, but when I eventually do this tomorrow night, we're going to kill. 'Cause
What?
It's a family.
Oh, the
No, I'm
show.
going to just I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to fucking cuz that's genius, dude. That's fucking cool. That's a really cool piece of information to know. I never realized he did that.
Yeah.
Because that's so smart. Like, why wouldn't you tie it all together? Like, as somebody who likes fucking booking shit and putting together, I haven't quite some time, but when I do, it's a lot of fun because it's like you're fucking little marionette guy.
So
But
so it was just like
that's so cool.
I do
never
my
really
I
thought
did
about
my
that.
Law and Order SVU joke, which doesn't. I mean, I did it. The only time it hasn't worked is New York City, and I thought it would really work well in New York City because that's the setting of Law and Order, but they did not like it.
That's why. Yeah, but dude, you can fucking make office jokes about Scranton.
I still do that. Yeah, I do that because I don't think you guys appreciate what y'all had. To tell you the truth. Anyway,
No, That was
so
a great joke on fucking office. Continue.
so I'm doing the Law and Order SVU bit, and in the bit I describe like what the perp does and everything. It's a butter bean. He shoves your thumb up your ass and stabs you in the back a bunch of times, and yeah, so he opens the set with talking about how he's walking around Dallas and he saw like a crime scene, and he walks up to the cop. It's like, well, what happened? And the cop goes, got us another butterbean. And it was just that type of, got us another butterbean, just referencing my joke, and just fucking he's a really good, like, just all around performer, and like
That's a dude who I look up to.
and he did it, and he would switch out, do it for the opener as well. It was just depending on it, just every show, just switch it out, and it was really cool, really really cool guy. And then Ron White is another one of those like really really
Dude,
cool
I want
guys.
to see fucking Ron White so badly. When I went down to Austin, I'm just like, all I want to do is see Ron White. All I want to do is see.
God,
Ron White.
he's up
Wasn't
now
there
more
all
than ever now, isn't
but he wasn't there for that week. But like,
Yeah.
but I saw Harlan Williams instead, which gave me a new love of comedy.
he? Yeah.
Like when I went down to going down to Austin, there's obviously things like that I don't necessarily think vibe with me, and that's why I'm not going down there. And because my girlfriend was down, she was like, yeah, we'll go to Austin or whatever. But I was like really playing it out and just like, do I really want to fucking like hang out on the same street every single day, just walking from fucking half block, quarter block, whatever? And which is, dude, I've met a shit fuck ton of people that are really nice from Austin and comics down there that put on a lot of shows, and they're awesome. But like for when I went down there, what I really learned, and why I'd like Philly more, by the way, is just because you got more shit to do elsewhere. But what I really like about Austin and what I learned from that is just one, a working comedian on any given night, regardless if it's a weeknight or what, it doesn't matter. It's like I'm not laughing during the show because I'm mesmerized by watching it. But then you get somebody like Harlan Williams going up, and he just fucking, dude, he
Layers.
is just a he is just a dude in a room.
Shows
He's like
layers.
he's talking,
Mm-hmm.
dude. It was just he's just some guy coughs and he's just like, sir, can you please shut up for a second? I'm trying to do some comedy. And then he just winks at him, and he was just like, "Oh, sorry, this guy from DeVry University." And it's just like he just does like, and then DeVry University comes 4 or 5 times in the set in all different ways, and he just keeps looking at this one guy. And it's like when I saw the depth of that, it was so wild to me because I've never seen that before. And I guess the last point, or what I learned a lot about Austin in terms of just as a singular person, is Lucas McCreary. Dude, do you know who Lucas McCreary is?
No, I do not. I do not.
That's okay. He
I'm
was in
sure I
Dirty
will.
Work. You should know. No, I'm just joking. He's no, but he's younger than me. And dude, so I have a friend named Al Barry, and he's got quite a following. He's brilliant. He's a New York writer who moved to Austin, whatever. And he told me about this show at this venue, and I got to the venue. Turns out the venue moved, so I had to walk 2 fucking miles to this venue. And he told me about it because it was like a new place, whatever. And he was like, "Comics getting for free. Come hang out." And it was really cool. And Lucas McCreary went up, and he's just this like tall, skinny dude, mullet, like fucking. Bro, when I tell you, like he had like I don't know, 10 laughs a minute, like 7 to 10 laughs a minute consistently. Fucking murdered. Like,
Yeah,
I've never, dude, I can't even, I know you know, but you can't even describe it when somebody murders.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, how good it is. And I watched it in
There's a
person. It
vibe.
was the
There's a
first,
vibe in the room.
dude,
There's a total
there was the
vibe.
first time ever in my life where I
Yeah.
watched a comedian, and I'm just like, I would rather kill myself than follow that.
Yeah, yeah.
It was the first time I ever saw it. And it was just I left there. I'm just like, dude, that was
Dude,
fucking nuts.
back in the day though.
That was crazy.
Back in the day, Austin was always like that. Before the whole pandemic and everybody moving down there.
I have no shit about Austin. I like Austin
Dude,
a lot. It's a really, really cool town.
Austin was a very intimidating place whenever like
Keep going. You keep talking about this. I have my headset on. I'm gonna mute myself. I'm gonna pee. You keep talking. I'm listening, big bro.
Okay, guys, that's not rude at all.
No, I'm hearing you. I'm listening to you.
Now
Do you want me to piss on?
we gotta hear his stream. His stream.
Dude, it won't be the first time I've like took the headset off of my head to put it near the water, and I know it puts pee on my headset, but who gives a fuck? It's for the bit.
So
Here, go ahead.
Austin was always very intimidating to me because like though like I would go to Houston and Dallas and like every time I popped into Austin and popped into an open mic or like man they had comics down there like Lucas Melendez, Chris Cubis, Matt Sadler, Brendan Walsh. They had this just arraignment of just like killers. And it was always intimidating because you'd see their material, what they're writing about, and how just like they're doing. And then I got to go back to like Houston or Beaumont or Dallas, Texas with my shitty fucking 10 minutes of God looking young is tough and all this crap. And like every time you had to do something in Austin back then, it was just like, God, I got to bring my A game. And there were nights where I did bring my A game, and there were nights where I didn't, and it always felt like shit. But Austin has always been just like this place where it's like I got to bring like all of it. I gotta bring. Really, what's going on? We're getting a good look at your lower back there, and he's on mute. He didn't. There you go.
I'm back.
There you go. But yeah, Austin's always just been like, yeah, you'll see. And I guess now, since everybody's moved down there and that's like the place to be, had it been 10 years ago, I probably would have moved to Austin. Had it been 10 years ago.
Do you know what's something weird for me is when I went there, I used my best material and I didn't get like good reaction.
Well, you got.
And it took like, well, it took like fucking 7 days of the fucking 9 I was there for me to like realize like you got to just be real
Mm-hmm.
and then put in the material. So
Mm-hmm.
instead of just be like, I have a cat and this and that and fucking whatever.
You got to raise the vulnerability. You got to make that, you got to go up there and just be vulnerable, and confident at the same time.
Yeah, so for the last couple of days, I really started getting it because like once you do the best material you got, and it's just like you're so nervous because it's like you're in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Rogan's gonna hear you. He's watching you sleep. He knows when you're awake, and so like, dude, the one thing that I loved and hated so much about Austin is how much you have to riff. Like, dude, I love riffing with comics. I've met lifelong friends down there, and I am so thankful for the experience that I had. But riffing with comedians for 12 hours a day, fucking
Exhausting.
blows. It's so long. Like, I have one friend, Timmy, and like we were down there and we were like riffing and stuff. But every time like a riff would like die, he was like, "That was a good one," and then we just sit there in silence for like a minute.
The awkward banter of
No,
the.
there's no awkward. Like, dude, we both realized we needed a fucking break, and he won't let it go for too long. He's like, "We did it. This one's funny." And then, so
No, but there's always like someone says something really funny.
I'm moving out next week, so I'm smoking a cigarette in my room. I don't really care.
Well, I got you on
I
video
won't-
footage, so it's
I
fine.
don't give a fuck. We're allowed to smoke in here.
I
just
will-
don't.
I will turn it in for some money. I'll turn in the footage. No. That awkward banter that happened, like when someone says something really funny in a group of comics, and then it just quiets down because no one can think of any bit, and there's that couple of seconds of silence until someone's like, "Well, the Diddy trial" or some shit like that.
I had that kind of I went to the casino the other day. I don't go to the casino, but fucking Emmett was just like, "No, come to the casino." So I did, and it was like me.
He's like, "Do you have a cigarette?"
Emmett didn't make me do anything. Fucking, it was like Emmett, Ryan Hanlon, Nick Yanos, Max, who I can't remember the name of, but you saw Max like at a bide, and he's the guy who doesn't know where he is. And then Steve came. And we were just there, and I remember we were talking about Steve mentioned something. He was just like, you know what's ironic is most of the girls that I do get with, for context, everybody, he wears a trench coat. He unironically by a lot.
What's wrong with a trench coat though?
You're from Texas. We're from here. You don't need a duster here.
We don't need a duster in Texas. It just looks cool.
But
put a little cowboy hat on, be the Undertaker.
Well, I'll say what he said, which was he was like, what's weird is like I get with girls that don't have daddy issues because he's like into like 18-year-olds.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm not here to get into that. That's legal. Fuck it. I know. Whatever. But it's funny because he has jokes tailored to it, which is why it pertains to this conversation and no other reason. So one thing I said, I was just like, yeah. He said, yeah, I want like a girl that shared the same trauma as me. I'm just like, wait a second. That girl got fucked by my dad too. And then it just did great, crushed, did way better than what you just said, or didn't do. And it crushed in a casino. All right?
They're all miserable.
Well, yeah, but it was funny. But then I had like 3 tags to it, and then I was just like, if I keep making tags to my own like dad sex joke, then people are gonna think it happened.
God, no, I'm nothing on Steve, but casino people have lost a lot of money. And no, I'm kidding.
Just damn it, it was $60.
I'm kidding. As far as Steve and the 18-year-olds, it's fine. Seinfeld went to prom. Nothing matters. Nothing. It doesn't matter. If you You
I
can
didn't say anything negative about Steve.
you can go to a
I'm just
prom.
do whatever.
You can go to
Yeah.
a prom. He let
It's
him go.
just, dude. Imagine it's just the next 45 minutes. It's just like, but is it okay? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do that. Fucking, it was just a point I was making for the sake of the joke.
Let's break it down, chat. Let's pull down the. Let's pull
Chris has
down.
been smoking 4 cigarettes in a row.
Shit, we
No,
got him.
but fucking, I don't know. It's weird riffs with comedians like the one we just had just now. Is like what one of those situations where you're kind of stuck in because you're just kind of, I don't know. It's not like, not always, but you're not always comparing yourself to other comedians. But it's just like, it's just a lot because everyone wants to be
It's
the funny.
it's easier to compare yourself to other comedians now because social media is just a place where people compare lives now. It's not even like
That's dystopian, bro. That's not real.
no,
That's not
that's
real.
not that is real. That's very real.
No,
Yeah,
I
it
mean
is.
it is. I guess. I guess
It's a
contextually it is, but it's just
subconscious
like
thing.
no.
Once I
It
realized
is no.
once I
It's like
realized
getting a VHS and comparing yourself to Pryor. You know what I mean? Like
what's up?
it's like when you see people of like under 20,000 to 50,000 subscribers just like doing comedy.
Mm-hmm.
There's a wide variety in that, and I understand that I've seen a lot of people who are really good and only have 2,000 whatever. But it's like when you're just watching don't tell clips,
Yeah.
you I understand why people compare themselves, but it's not the same thing as knowing the person. Because just because somebody has a
Oh
good
no
set
no
on
no!
tape,
Oh no! I'm just talking about like people overall in general. I'm just talking about the social media platforms that are what like the Facebook and Instagram. I noticed that there's a lot of like, look what I'm doing today, and like,
yeah,
oh, look where I'm out to eat. Look at the type of food that I'm eating. As far as a comedy standpoint, it's easier to like because comedy's so out there now, it's easier to like find a clip or just a
yeah,
clip comes across you and it's like a comic and maybe he's doing a similar premise. Maybe he's not even doing a premise similar to any of your premises at all. But there's just so much content of stand-up comedy, it's hard not to just like look at your own and what you're doing versus like others. Cuz
I break
like
down the quality more than anything. You know what I mean? Like it's just like how do I get to it where what I'm showcasing about myself is of high quality? You know what I'm saying?
and a lot of it has to do, as far as like video sharing, a lot of it has to do with time of day, hashtags, but there is a good part of it that's just like what is the content, what is the joke. The reaction might be good where you are like
Yeah.
performing it, but for some reason that internet audience is just like that's funny, but I'm gonna move on and not hit that
Yeah.
like and not hit that
Yeah.
share.
Yeah. Engagement is a huge thing. One thing that I think about that also is just like there's a mix of things, right? Because I think there's a plenty of good material out there that don't get any likes, but at the same time, when you look at jokes that get a lot of likes versus jokes that don't, and those jokes specifically in this situation being your own or my own or whatever, is just like there are stark differences in whether or not this is getting this is getting that. So
Mm-hmm.
when I watch a clip specifically, let's just bring back Don't Tell, right? When Don't Tell makes a special or they record a comedian or they post clip, whatever, this, that, and the third, it's very high quality.
Yep.
And one thing I noticed that is completely different from every comedian that I fucking know, including myself and everybody in the same circuit that I am, and my level and below, is that when you listen to a comedian doing a professional set in front of professional cameras, it doesn't matter if it's a don't tell or whatever, you don't hear ums and uhs.
Yeah.
And it's one cut. Dude, the best comics don't need cuts in their jokes when they're editing. So if I'm doing it and it's pretty high quality or it's just me in a bar, like, yo, whatever the fuck, anyone with half a brain would take the high quality clip with no ums or uhs. And that's why, like, I
Yeah.
actively try and get rid of filler words.
You're 100% on that. You're absolutely 100% on that.
And microphones is a huge thing, dude. Microphone, like
Yeah,
having a microphone
microphone,
on your
sound
is
quality.
huge,
Mm-hmm.
huge deal.
Now, I did see one night a guy like edited a set he put up because he did like there was like an emergency involving like an audience member or something like that. I don't know, something was going on, and so he cut that part of it because he had him at the premise and the setup, and then that little incident happened, and then like it was situated. He came back to it and he hit the punchline, but in the video, he did the setup and premise that was first there. Incident, cut, punchline, boom. I don't know. I can understand for certain situations, like cut, but if you're cutting out just don't say the ums. You're right.
Yeah, you know,
And
it's
that's
just
something I got to do too,
it's
because I
showmanship, though.
I find
You know what
myself
I
saying
mean?
and I find myself saying like, and I've kind of been lazy and just kind of made it part of the act when really I should just cut it myself because I'm just lazy. I'm just fucking getting lazy in my old age. But
Well,
oh, go ahead.
it's just betterment of yourself in terms of your performance, right? Because it's
Mm-hmm.
just, I think, do you know what it is? It's just like I'm at a weird point where I'm really starting to figure out who I want to be in terms of being myself on stage versus because like for years I've just been kind of hammering out material as much as I can, but then it gets a little robotic. And something that makes me a little robotic even now is trying to plan longer sets because I feel as though because of who I am, I got into a good position early and it didn't let me really kill in small increments. And like that's why I'm very excited to move to a city because I want to fucking learn how to crush a five. I don't like I'm good. I'm excited about that. That's really cool. I'm better than an open mic or whatever the fuck. I hate even like doing any of that shit. But like if I can't crush in five, I can't crush as a feature. So it's like and let alone a fucking headliner. So it's just learning how to do all that and like knowing how to do short form. Like tomorrow when I do 30 minutes, there's going to be a lot of thinking because
Yeah.
it's just I don't just write down 30 minutes all the time. It's just joke 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 joke. And what's good on my end is that I get to do it in front of a bunch of people that I care about, so I'm not necessarily like high pressure situation. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I know what I'm getting paid. I know what time to show up. I know who's coming. So it's like fuck it. It's like
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be professional. I'm gonna have fun, and I'm going to be looser than if I would in front of a fucking group of nobody, people that I don't know. And it's you know it's so it's just putting time into your performance is the most important thing, and that's obvious. What I think, in my opinion, is my not downfall, but like that is the weakest point of myself is being able to work uninterrupted when I'm not on stage. And what happens off stage is what reflects is what on stage. So that's where I'm at to where when I see people like writing down a fucking joke a month or something like that, I'm like, no, dude. No, like you need to learn how to write you need to learn how to fucking sit down and be able to be creative. And it won't happen every day, but if you don't regimen yourself to at least like have a creative time, especially if you want this to be
Mm-hmm.
your job one day, then you're just shooting yourself in the foot, relying on yourself with that. You're just building a house on sand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can't build a house on sand. And the bigger you want the house, the worse it's gonna be when you fucking come crumbling down when the chips are down.
Yeah. No, absolutely, Mr. PBR. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, they're the
Um,
cheaper ones.
no, you make great points. We are at like an hour. I kind of want to close because you and I are also on a. We're gonna want to close on this. We
Yeah,
got
ask me some whatever you're gonna ask me. We're
well,
chilling.
so we got the Pocono Raceway coming.
Okay.
For those of you
Yep.
who don't know, Chris
Yeah.
and I are going to be on a show as part of the NASCAR. I forgot what it's called, something Grand Prix, and we're after the race. What time is the show going to be, Chris?
So it's gonna be at like 8.
8.
So yeah. So what's happening, right? So I'll explain everything.
So we're gonna be in
I need to
the
put my
infield. We're gonna
headphones
be in the field of the racetrack. And I don't know anything about NASCAR, so I thought it'd be fun if you taught me some stuff about NASCAR, Chris. Do you know anything?
Well, do you want me to give the information of the show?
Yeah, yeah,
Because
sure,
you
sure.
nailed it, but I could make it so much better. So, what's happening is at Pocono Raceway in Long Pond, Pennsylvania, there is NASCAR weekend, which is taking place from June 20th to June 22nd. And June 20th is the Truck Series race, so that's opening day. Everybody starts coming in and stuff. It's not sold out like it would be on the Sunday, but it's still going to be very busy. And I was granted the pleasure of the opportunity. I'm very thankful for it and I'm just excited that I was given such an opportunity. So I was able to put together a family friendly, clean comedy show. Fucking, you better.
Fight the zeitgeist.
No, no, dude. I need proof of concept so NASCAR doesn't just think I'm a fucking moron. I need to be really good. So,
We're gonna fight the
so,
zeitgeist with cars.
dude. So okay. So so after the Truck Series race, it's gonna be at 8 o'clock. I'm gonna host it, and then you got Nick Barbatti, Ryan Flaherty, Ryan Manzo, Dan Danzy, and we're all going to do comedy, family friendly, clean comedy. That's gonna be really fun. We're gonna make a really good impression to NASCAR because I was denied media passes this year to talk to the drivers because there's no proof of concept. And to be honest, that's the smartest thing I've probably ever heard about myself. Is
No,
that
they did.
gave
They
Oh
did.
yeah,
They did a smart move.
this isn't their first rodeo, and
But
so
it's always good when it is. It's always good. You're
yeah,
gonna run into a first rodeo one day, and we're gonna have some fun.
dude.
We're gonna have some
Well,
fun.
that's what I mean, bro. It's just I apply to everything because one time it's gonna be really cool, and I think this is really cool. So I'm very excited. So the show's gonna be at 8 in the infield. It's going to be an hour long, and we're going to do comedy. But all weekend I'm gonna be like interviewing people and just like doing interviews, making content, figuring out, watching the race, chilling. This is gonna be the most sober I've ever been in a NASCAR race by a country mile.
Should I bring
You know what I mean?
earplugs? I was told I might have to bring
Oh,
earplugs.
dude, yeah, you should absolutely bring earplugs, bro. I have tinnitus. I'm fucked. I'm waiting for science to help me. You definitely need
What's tinnitus?
earplugs.
What do you have?
Tinnitus is when you have the ringing in your ears at all times.
Oh
My
God, you
ear,
got that?
dude. Oh yeah, bro. It sounds like a bomb went off in my ears at all times.
Oh
Like
shit.
I can hear it right now. It's because I grew up going to concerts and I never gave a fuck because I was I was
Well,
cool as shit.
I mean, I
So
went to concerts and stuff, but like I tell you what, I do have. I gotta wear these when I'm in front of a computer screen, or else I get like headaches. So for
yeah,
those
but
of you
that's 'cause you're
wondering,
1,000.
I'm not 1,000.
You're like 1,000,
I'm
dude.
772,
And no, good year.
and I
So
still look good. I still look 754.
amen, dude. Amen, Dumbledore. So what I think, I don't know, man. I forgot the question. But
No, I
the
need help. I don't know anything about NASCAR.
Oh, okay. So I guess unironic storytelling time, I suppose, instead of just me making a joke about it. So I got a burp. Hold on. PBR. So
It's the
it's
most
gas is here.
manners he's had this whole time.
Gas is here. It's listen. You talk about the Northern Irish ones, and so
Those fucking Northern Protestants.
whatever, dude. This fucking So NASCAR is just, varied tracks. There's points that you get depending on how you finish every race, and then there's different circuits of the race. Like there's
Just like my wedding night. Huh?
Amen.
Is that clean? Can I use that?
I suppose so. Yeah,
Let's
I'm
do
gonna
it.
do the
Let's
joke
do
about
it.
getting my cat fixed, so we'll figure it out.
I thought of a good
But,
opening.
there you go.
I'm gonna just shout real loud with the microphone back and tell him, I didn't bring earplugs. Just bring really loud. Just yell
Yeah,
my set
that's
like I
fun.
didn't bring earplugs. That's it. I'm
Yeah,
good.
dude. I
I'm
think
fine.
that's cool.
This is gonna be a fun 10 minutes.
I'm just gonna keep doing random stuff, just throughout in terms of trying to be silly about it. But
What type of
NASCAR
people?
is
What
just
type
like
of
this.
people are we talking about here? Because like I really,
Everyone. I mean, dude, it's like it's just such a like the people that go to this race.
yeah, is it like a melting pot?
Such
Or are
a
we talking
party.
like
Such a party.
we talking MAGA people? We talking a mixture of MAGA and libs? What are we talking about? It doesn't even have to be political, but just like,
No,
do
so
they
I
like
brought
wrestling as
so
well, or football?
so
Or
do those. Yeah, dude, they fucking if they're if they're into politics, they're into make believe, so they'll probably like wrestling.
yeah, that's a good point.
Okay, so this is what when I brought my girlfriend last year. My girlfriend, for context, is Dominican. When we were walking to the raceway from the parking lot, I was just like, just don't look at the flags, honey. And everything. I do great there. Listen,
I'm knocking over
listen.
my lighting.
Listen, man. From one honky to another, we have fun. But like, no, it's that's the thing though. Is just, and I feel like it's really funny that I'm saying it because I'm just a white dude. But it's just I've never experienced one-on-one with people of different races that I've personally been with anything negative. Like NASCAR people are usually very fun and high energy, and you're trading beers and you're just having a good time and you're
Hmm.
smoking whatever, and it's like everyone is always super super nice there because it's not it's the only sport I can think of where people aren't getting in fucking fist fights over their favorites.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
What about golf?
Like,
They don't do that in golf.
I
That'd be
mean,
dope. That'd be dope if they
no,
did in
it
golf.
would be dope, but like, it's also not an
Fucking.
accessible sport for most people. So it's just like most of the people who watch it were just around like a mechanic grandpa. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like there's all these hundreds of thousands of drivers in comparison to golfers in like a professional level. You know what I mean? There's like 50. I don't know how many NASCAR drivers there are, but in golf you have like fucking couple hundred every thing.
I
You know what
just
I'm saying?
I just pictured somebody squaring up to defend John Daly.
Dude,
Just fucking.
just someone fucking. You know what I'm saying?
You know the thing about golf though, and I think the same things about NASCAR drivers is like everybody I know that watches golf and everybody the very few people that I know that watch NASCAR, no one really hates other golfers besides you and Rory McIlroy. No one really
I'm
hates
good.
other
We're good now.
golfer.
We're good now.
No one really hates other NASCAR drivers. Like no one like okay, I'm gonna go watch an NFL game, Texans
Yeah.
versus Titans. Fuck the Titans. But when
Mhm.
someone watches golf or NASCAR, no one's like, fuck that guy. No one's, everybody's just
No,
like,
it is like that. It is like that.
not from what I,
You'd be
but
surprised.
okay, okay.
Well, no, I'm saying you'd be surprised because, like, with golf, you usually get a lot of PGA people hating the live golfers,
I guess
and
that's a
vice
thing now.
versa.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then even before that, people were hating on Tiger because he's the greatest fucking thing. If he didn't get injured, he'd be the greatest athlete of all time, and I truly
Well,
believe that.
I think if he hadn't
I
gotten
truly
chased
believe that.
down by his wife with a golf club, I feel like
All
his
right. Yeah.
reputation
No, we get it.
would have been
Yeah, I
intact.
know. But like, so, dude, he broke both of his legs and then won the Masters.
I mean,
You
that
really
would.
want to fuck?
No, dude, that would get
That
me.
don't
That
get
would,
no.
dude, that would get me
That's
18
getting hated.
mistresses too. That would get me
This
a
is
lot of
gonna-
mistresses. That's very
Tiger Woods
impressive.
Fucks. It's not his fault,
Bro,
So,
and you fuck when you
with
win the
NASCAR,
Masters
though-
with broken legs. You fuck.
with NASCAR though, Denny Hamlin is the worst. We
Okay.
hate Denny
Is
Hamlin.
he gonna
You
be
and I-
there?
Oh fuck yeah, dude. I mean, not the day we're doing it because we're doing it on the Truck Series race, but
No.
on Sunday.
Okay.
Oh yeah, dude. So I find like, dude, he wins Pocono all the fucking time, and it's so
If it was
annoying.
somebody we made
Fucking
fun
weird.
of on stage, would the crowd be like, "Yeah"?
I already call it.
Well, no,
Alright,
you
call
can.
it.
Yeah, do it. I don't. I'm just asking. You know, do you think the crowd would pop? Okay.
I think depending on, because like I also like Kyle Busch, who's the bad boy of racing.
Don't say it like that. Just
The-
never
the-
do that again. Just
He's
never.
the bad boy of racing, you know. So I'm very excited to. I want to fucking.
You
meet him.
wanna
He was in the
fuck him.
M&M car.
I think you just want to fuck him. I think
No,
that's what that little.
he's talented. He ain't handsome. You know, he's.
He's down. He can drive a car, but
Oh yeah.
but he looks like an engine. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So it all happens. I mean, there's definitely rivalries. I'm just saying, like in NASCAR, everybody's there to get fucked up and hang out.
I'm pretty excited
mean?
about it, man. I've never done a racetrack before. That's the only reason I signed up for it. It was like I've never done a racetrack. Why not?
Well, fuck me.
What?
This is cool. I said that's the only reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god. Damn.
No. I mean, any other show. Of course, I would say yes to you any other show, but I really was just like, yeah, because I've never done a racetrack. If I had done a racetrack
It's gonna
before,
be sick, dude. You've never been to Pocono.
no. I mean, I passed by there I passed by the other week.
Dude, you should if you like Friday, you should totally get tickets for Sunday.
I mean,
Totally. It's a pain in the dick though. You'd have to get there so early.
I enjoy my house a lot. I'll go somewhere if I'm working.
75,000 people roaring, cars going left, dude. It's the tricky triangle, baby.
Look.
It is sick.
I'm gonna have fun. It just.
I'm gonna have the fucking time of my
It
life. bro.
sounds really loud. Okay, if I can be honest, it sounds really
It is.
loud.
It
And
is.
you said 75,000 people are going to be there Friday?
No, that's sold out. So
Oh.
I have no clue. So I mean, hold on. How many?
So we're on the Friday one, not the Sunday one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what's funny is like, okay, so when I was talking to the guy, he was just like, "How much you guys want to get paid?" And I told him what we're getting. You know, like,
Did you see me trip?
no, hold on, hold on. So like, I'll just say it for the sake of it, but I was just like, "Yo, can I? So this is how much for the comics, and then can I get 2 weekend passes?" And like just me able to bring a cameraman. Like that's all I want. Like those are three asks. And he immediately said yes. And I'm like, fuck! I could have asked for so much more, and I knew it because he really was. You
You're
know what's funny
learning.
is my brother introduced us. And then the other day, I'm like, yo, what my brother said to you was really funny. And he was just like, that's your brother? He didn't even know. He just wanted to work with me. And that was so wholesome. That made me feel like $1,000,001. And then I'm just like, no, dude, he's my brother. So it was cool. It legitimized this show for me. Actually, it wasn't just like it was a favor, but this is a really cool opportunity to bring something new to something that doesn't generally have it. And I feel like if we do it correctly and have a good time, and I trust everybody that I put on, that it's something that can grow, or it's something that can continue to happen in the same light next year.
Yeah.
So it's it's something I would like to keep doing. I mean, being around an area like mine where it's a tourist area, it's very easy to get like free tickets just because 80 people get them for free at their fucking job or whatever, so they just give it to you. So I don't pay to go to the race generally, but like when you get there, like it's just because that's I don't know, that's just what service people like people in the service industry you just give each other stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's just, here,
Sometimes herpes.
Hey, yo, amen. Don't shit where you eat, bro. Just, like,
Oh,
do
we've
that.
all been in our 20s. Come on now.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited to be out of them. I'm so, dude. I nailed my 20s.
It
I'm so
really is.
excited to get out
It's
of
like
it.
walking out of a nuclear explosion. It's
Yeah,
just.
I'm coming out of it a better person. I
Just-
went through a lot of growth. I did a lot of shit. I did a lot of cool stuff.
I've got an
Get
extra
me the
arm
fuck out of here.
now.
Let me be 30. Let me be 30. I'm chilling. I'm so okay with being 30.
I only have 8 fingers now, but you know what?
Oh yeah.
Chris, let the audience know where they can follow you on social media.
Okay, so I got Chris Jones _ comedy on Instagram. So Chris Jones _ comedy on Instagram.
It's gonna be somewhere on the screen. It's gonna
Chris,
be somewhere.
yep, Chris Jones comedy on TikTok. Chris Jones comedy on YouTube. Chris Jones comedy on Facebook, but that one with spaces because it's just a page. And then you could
Spaces.
see me this weekend. Tomorrow we're doing Bar and Company, which is really cool. Emmett O'Neill, Jessica Delfino, you and myself. And then we also have Saturday this NEPA Scene Unites Fest
Oh yeah.
over in yeah over in North Scranton, which is really cool. I forget the name of the football field. I think it's where the Vikings play.
Music.
Not the one
There's
on.
music, comedy, and wrestling going down on that
Yeah,
event.
yeah. Traverse the Abyss is gonna be headlining it. Fucking like, dude, I'm headlining the comedy portion. All the comedians get to do their set in a wrestling ring, and like that's fucking awesome. I'm also selling all of guys. I'm
Uh oh. Uh oh.
I'm I'm selling
Hey,
so much
kitty.
shit. I'm selling so that's Francis. I'm selling so much of my shit.
Yo,
Hardcore
wait, wait, wait,
interviews.
wait, 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 wait. Let me see that mini golf pinball. Hold up.
Yeah, dude.
Hold up. How much you
Yeah,
want? How much you want for that?
dude. You give me a tenner, it's yours.
A what?
A tenner?
I mean, I haven't done that in years, Chris. I don't know if my mouth
If
will
you
be
give
able
me
to do
ten,
those
if you
things.
give me $10 American, it's
Oh,
yours.
okay. Okay.
I'll bring it tomorrow. I'm still trying to pay off the $50 I had to do for the fucking thing, and so
Yeah,
it's
$10. I'll give you that tomorrow for that
oh
shit.
fuck
I
yeah!
love
I'm
shit
so
like that.
excited. Yeah, hell yeah. So that's awesome. That actually makes me really excited. So I'm selling all my shit so I can move and make money and all this stuff. So come buy it. I have my own table all day there. And then next weekend, I'm moving to Philly. This weekend's my last weekend
Woo!
here. And then I'm gonna just be working, hitting them mics, settling in with the love of my life, and just having fun. I mean, our anniversary is a month after we move in, so I have some plans,
Hell yeah.
Philly plans, and
Got
then
any?
you know,
Got anything that you want to like share about the? What's your base outline for the plan? If you don't mind me asking, you
I
got
don't,
any?
so my she's one to watch things, right?
Okay.
But I guess all I will say is that I'm gonna go based off of an experience instead of a gift.
Hmm?
And I think that is, I mean, she is a fucking sucker for a good time, and I love watching her happy. So I'm very excited. And then we'll probably go to our favorite place in Philly. I would imagine that's where we would want to go, which is
Lincoln
which is
Financial Field.
no, I'd rather
No, I'm just
fucking
kidding.
nah, dude. Don't fuck with me with that. I'm not going. I'll never go. I no, I don't. We just almost ended the podcast. Just Philly comics are gonna be like, "Well, what the fuck did he mean by that?" Don't want to go. Don't want to go. So because I am not dumb, and I don't want to be on the reciprocating end of people who root for a different team than me. It's the Vikings. Don't worry. It's sad. It's not because we're rivals. It's just because I'm sad.
When you come
But
on Danzyland, Chris, you gotta just forget about bridges. Just
anyway,
forget
so
about
fucking
bridges. We
no, but
burn
I will
bridges.
say, I will say for the shout out, because I'm being paid to do this and not actually, but Dim Sum Garden,
Friend of the
Chinatown,
show.
dude, Chinatown in fucking Philly, bro. I think it's on Ray Street. I'm probably on Ray Street, just because that's where the main thing by the Greyhound station and shit. But dude, Dim Sum Garden, like they have these fucking spicy pork soup dumplings. I would fucking
That does sound good.
dude. I swear to God, even if the date goes badly, it's gonna taste awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
How would
yeah,
you fuck that up?
we're gonna do this shit. We're gonna do this shit. You know,
Well,
follow
anyway,
me. Fucking see me be funny and stupid.
go like, follow, subscribe, all the good things to Mr. Chris Jones. Chris, want to thank you for whatever this is on my channel.
Yeah, this was alright.
Comedy talk? I don't know what to call it. Hey, thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and feel free to click any one of these videos that like pop up somewhere around me. We'll see you next video. Thanks.